belts.
Yep, that's definitely gonna go with that's gonna go at number what's worse than that? Let me think.
This is episode 9 of the Westmoreland Bros podcast.
All right, man. So I got this very interesting blind ranking for you. Okay, so I want you to blind rank. I want you to blind rank these types of pains, and we're gonna start off with your favorite team losing in the championship.
4.
4. Oh, so it don't bother you that much.
It's a lot more pain out there.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna cap, like, my team has won 4 now. Like, if we talking about basketball, they've won 4. We talking about football, the Chiefs have won 3. We talking about anything else, I don't really have a team. So, like, if they lose, I'm just like, all right, we won before.
I was reflecting on the days when you was rooting for the Steelers, and you were hurt about that.
Hold on. Speaking of the Steelers, there was a game, okay? I think it was between the Steelers and the Cardinals, if I'm not mistaken. And me and my pops, me and my pops had a deal, okay? This was back in the day, though. And I remember as a kid, I was a kid, everybody, but the Steelers was about to lose. I went to my room pissed off. A man was crying, you hear me? And then I didn't watch the rest of the game. And it was like a few minutes left. Pops come in there, and he like, your team won. And then I saw the catch that they did. Immaculate.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steelers definitely put me through some pain before.
That's what I thought of immediately. All right, we'll move on to the next one. The next one is rolling your ankle.
That could go at 2 or 3. I'm gonna put it at. Oh,
I know.
I don't know what else is out there.
Depends.
I'm gonna put that, honestly, rolling the ankle. I think as I've gotten older, I've learned how to deal with it. So and I've never broke my ankle. So I'm gonna put that at 3.
Okay, fair enough. And 2, I think it depends on what the ankle is, if it's like a re-roll. Because there's been times where I rolled it and it's sensitive and I re-roll it, and that kills me so much. Because the first one is, a pain, but the second one is just like, I don't want to walk.
No, facts. And your ankles have been worse than mine. I mean, if y'all saw Zach's ankle, I think in the last 12 months or like 18 months, he rolled his ankle so bad. I mean, it was fat. It looked like it was broke. And if I had that, I would probably put this at 1, but I've never had it that fat.
Yeah, it was disgusting, bro. But the next one we have is getting whooped by your dad with a leather belt.
Yep, that's definitely gonna go with that's gonna go at number what's worse than that? Let me think. There's like the heartbreak pain I felt, and that's definitely number 1 if that's on here. But I'm gonna put Pops at number 2. But
the disrespect! I'll send it to him.
My pops, and this is, you don't gotta call nobody, okay? Because I believe in parenting. I believe in, hey, if you do this, this will happen. It's consequences to my actions. So I believe in that. I never called CPS or whatever it is on him. But my pops would literally, he'd be like, I'm not gonna describe everything, but long story short, he would whip the back of like your thighs and like legs. So it's like I'm preparing my cheeks, pause, heavy on that pause, okay? So I'm preparing them, pause again. And then all of a sudden I feel the pain on my like lower thighs, mid thighs, and it's just like and he get back up. And the thing with Pops was, and I love you, Pops, and this made me the man I am today. But he would talk through it. He'd be like, you can not listen. What? Like, bro, talking the whole sentence, and he don't talk that slow. Like, my Pops would talk it through, but it's the worst. It's the worst, bro. It's the worst, bro. Oh my God, it's the worst. Yes. But when Mom spanked me, oh my God.
Oh, nothing.
Blessings.
Nothing.
Blessings. Blessings.
So easy. That's why I didn't put her on the list. If you were on the list, that would be 5. I didn't want that.
Blessings. And just so everybody out there who doesn't know us, Zach and I are black and white. So our Pops is black and our Moms is white. So Pops didn't play, bro. I mean, Moms didn't play. She was just a lot sweeter and nicer. But Pops
way
did
sweeter.
not play. Pops didn't play.
No mercy.
Oh, that was a good one. Woo.
So you got that at number 2. The next one we have on the list is heartbreak.
1. Thank you. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You didn't take the bait. I thought you would, man.
I've
Uh,
experienced heartbreak like really like one heavy time in my life, and like that had a man down bad. I'm talking about depressed, like, and like some people get depressed and they gain weight. I get depressed and I lose weight. That's not good because I'm already a slim guy. Like, I really need to gain at least like another 10 pounds to be where I want to be. But like, I would lose weight. So I went from like one, it was either 130. I think I was like 130, and then I fell down to like 120, and bro, it was all bad. So heartbreak, uno.
yeah, that's definitely a huge pain. I didn't want to put that first because I'm like, oh, that'll be like too easy of a lob. But you
Oh
did fall
yeah.
for it. You got that at number one. And the last one, which is your fifth spot, is losing $20. So
Yeah, that's cool. That could be fifth. I've lost a dub. Shouts out B. You know what I mean? But I've lost a dub before. Hey, it is what it is.
yeah, it is what it is. It's definitely the easiest among the group, but you
Yeah.
know, they're pretty good list. It went heartbreak,
Whew.
dad, was it roll your ankle? I think it was roll your ankle,
Yep.
then your team lost,
Yep.
and then lose $20. That's pretty good. You did
That's
pretty good, man.
that's a perfect list for me. I don't think I would switch
No,
any of
for
them.
real.
Like that's good for me, man. I ain't gonna cap. That's a
Yeah,
good
no,
one.
that was definitely a good list. I might have put roll on the ankle a little higher than D because I like we talked about, we haven't been whooped in so long. I mean, I'm 27, so when was the last time I been whooped? 10? No, not no. I'd have been
Nah,
17, probably like 15 years ago at the most. So it's been so
nah, for
long. But
sure.
roll on my ankle, I mean, I don't want to say all the time, but I mean that definitely has happened more recent, like you brought up.
I think I haven't got like the belt probably I would say preteen or a little after teenage years. And I think the reason why is because iPads started coming out, phones started getting used. So it's like
Yeah.
you take your kid phone, and there's literally been stories on like children killing their parents because they took their phone. I'll never kill my parents, never.
No,
Especially
never.
never. But yeah, taking a kid phone, that's taking their lives these days. You know what I mean? And especially like once we had a phone, especially the iPad, because we didn't have phones for a while, but the
Yeah.
iPad was just as good as a phone. You got that Wi-Fi, you can do everything on there still. So yeah, them taking
No.
any electronic device that hurt, and they didn't have to use the boat no more. It was that simple.
No, you're right about them kids though. I seen one video. It was like a kid got his phone taken and he like tore up their whole kitchen. The fridge was
Bruh.
on the floor, holes in the couch. I'm like, bro, that's like addiction. I don't know if addiction's even a strong enough word to like describe how attached they are to their cell phone. And I can admit at times I'm a little attached to my phone as well because that's kind of like the environment we're in. But I can detach from it if I really need to. But them kids nowadays, like
Nah.
no shot, bro. No
Especially if they got a
shot.
little boyfriend or girlfriend. I can't talk to
Oh,
my babe. Oh no, that's the end of the world. Like you're
it's a
not gonna
wrap.
see him in
Yeah,
school on Monday through Friday. Like, come on.
yeah.
But yeah, taking a kid phone, that's it. Or if a kid is fiending on that PlayStation or Xbox, oh yeah. You take that away, that's all bad. But I wish I don't have any kids, neither does Z. I wish my kid would tear up my house. Okay. Okay, buddy. Okay. Yeah, let that
Nah,
happen.
I don't know. It's a different era. I don't know what you can and
Nah,
can't do.
nah,
I don't know
nah.
what you can do. If you beat your kid, you might go to jail. I don't know.
Bro, that's another thing. Let my kid call the feds on me. Okay. When I get out, okay. Like, and his mom's gonna stand on that business as well because I'm not
Yeah.
ever gonna marry no woman who does not agree with the same discipline. And I'm not saying beat your kid to death. Never that.
Right.
100%.
Right.
And at different stages in their lives, like different ages, you do different things. But when you're at that age when you can get a little whooping, you're gonna get one, bro. It's that simple. And don't call CPS because things gonna get worse. It's hey, at me if you want to, okay? At me if you
No,
want to.
100%. Kids have to be disciplined. When they're not
Has
disciplined,
to.
bro, kids turn crazy. And there's a lot of different things that affect people that make them the way they are in environment. But if you
Facts.
let your child just go their whole life without being disciplined, like
That's a
that
spoiled
is
brat.
not good.
You
No,
cannot
you
let
don't
your
want that.
child run the relationship when you're the parent. You run that. It's just that simple. And like I said, you don't beat them to death. You don't do nothing crazy, but you do discipline them. And it's that simple. Any real one out there is gonna understand that. Now, some people gonna be like, "Oh, I never got spanked in my life." You're probably a spoiled brat then, cuz. I'm just gonna be honest. That's how it is. Hey, at me if you want to. We can go at it.
Everybody who hasn't.
Most people who have not, yes, for sure. Because they don't understand. They grow up in a life where they're like, if somebody tells them no or somebody tries to correct them in an action, bro, they're tripping over it, like, what? This isn't it. Because their parents didn't raise them right. When you're raised right by your parents, like you and I were, we understand, hey, I did something wrong. There has to be some type of action here. You know what I mean? And obviously
Yeah.
at work you don't get beat, but there's some type of action. So I'm okay with that. People who have not gotten disciplined through their life, if something happened at work or even amongst friends, they trip out. It's like, nah, you're the one tripping. That's a fact.
Yeah. And backtracking to the phone thing before, because like you said, the older we got, then we kind of got phones. And phones really wasn't, at least for me, it wasn't like extremely popular. Because I remember very vividly, I want to say it was like middle school. I want to say I was like 8th grade, maybe 7th. And I brought a flip phone to school.
Man.
And that was like the craziest, like people couldn't believe it. They were shocked by it. Like a flip phone.
Do you remember, hold on, amongst the flip phone, do you remember, I think we shared this, the slide-up phone? It was like a BlackBerry slide-up. It was red and black, I remember. I love that phone, low-key.
I feel like those are the two phones that stand out the most will be that, a BlackBerry, and then the Razor. It was a Razor phone. I don't think I ever had a Razor, but BlackBerry, I definitely remember that. And the thing about it that made it so different was it had the full keyboard. Compared to the flip phone, you had to press the button four times to get to the right letter or whatever, and don't let you skip over it. You gotta press it again. But the BlackBerry, you can just type away. It was like a whole keyboard. It was like groundbreaking almost.
No, it actually was.
Yeah, nowadays I don't know what BlackBerry's doing, obviously, because I know iPhone's obviously the trend, and that has not died down at all.
No.
But BlackBerry back then was top tier. BlackBerry was the iPhone, so to speak.
I want to give 3 quick shout outs. The first one, Jason. The second one, Sydney. The third one, Brianna. I was never supposed to have any type of phone or iPod until I was really 18 because my parents did not trust me like that. I was a bad kid. But Jason, Sydney, and Brianna always plugged me. I remember one time in school, Jason literally he felt pity for me. He felt like, you know what, bro, I got you. He literally just slipped his iPhone and my iPod in my pocket. I'm like, bro, that's love. Sydney hit me up with a nice Galaxy. I don't use Galaxies, but Sydney hooked me up with a nice Galaxy, and Brianna hooked me up with a nice iPod too. So shout out them because they kept me going in the time of need.
Nah, for real, bro. I honestly don't even remember who gave me mine, but we had so many. I don't know if you remember, but D took away our phones, and years later he showed us, and it had like mold on it or something like that. Like they were destroyed. They were so bad. Like that's how long it was. When's the last time someone's iPhone or iPod had mold on it? Like it was bad.
I remember that because
so many.
He gave me that same bag that has all the chargers in it. I have that in my room to this day. I keep it as memorabilia or whatever it's called because I'm like, yo, this is a great story. Every time I show Pops, we laugh about it now. The phones and iPods are definitely gone because they did have mold on it, but I still got all the chargers just for fun.
Yeah, those chargers are huge. I don't know if, I shouldn't say I don't know if you remember because you have them, but they were like, they were wild.
Yes, now they're like this. They used to be, for sure.
No, they were. And another thing I remember about those iPods too, for one, I don't think iPod even exists anymore.
No.
But when iPods were first dropping, they didn't have a camera. And then I want to say iPod 4th generation, if my memory serves me right, was the first one to have like a camera on the back of it.
Really?
And yes, it was the 4th one, and I was so amazed by that. And that was like the coolest thing. And that's where I took like some of the older photos you've seen of me on Facebook or wherever, where I'm like posing with it. It looks, it's real silver. I don't even know. It looks like a freaking toaster or something. But I mean, that was the first camera. It was the craziest thing. Like an iPod with a camera. It was like groundbreaking. It's weird how far technology has come, because if you had that nowadays, for one, it wouldn't work. But number two, you would get roasted, cooked. Like there's no way,
bro. And it's crazy because now that we talk about the iPod generation, everybody out there who's a real one, Uvu, Kick, Instagram when it first started, Snapchat when it first started. I mean, Snapchat Kick and Uvu, man, I got some stories, man. Shout out the real ones on there, bro. That used to keep us all going.
Yeah, for real. And I think the one I never used that I always see a lot of people use on the internet was, I think it's Omegle, where you can like, it's like random conversations. I see a lot of people have fun with that, but I never use it. I know that I was part of that generation as well. But Kick was definitely crazy. And I remember when Snapchat, I don't know if Snapchat's like that now. I haven't had Snapchat in years. But when it first dropped and you were snapping people, you would have like a best friend list.
It was the worst. It was the worst. I think
it was either like top 3 or top 5. I want to say
top 3, bro.
Yeah, and that started so many problems with people. Like, if you had someone that wasn't supposed to be in your top 3 and the wrong person saw that, oh my gosh, that brought trauma. Trauma immediately. Snapchat changed that, which I'm sure saved a lot of people headaches. Definitely. But back when it first dropped, and it was like that for a minute, probably I can't remember how long, a year, few years, I don't know, but that caused problems.
Yeah, that was probably like the original Snapchat. I know exactly what you're talking about because it literally had the top 3. And like you said, like, hypothetically, let's say you got a girl, right? And you're trying to be sneaky on Snapchat. Oh, no. It's right there. Like, if you dating Emily, hey, Rebecca's right here. And now Emily, like, what's going on? Like, it's all bad. Dish or miss for this week. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it at drinks this time. The first one, Gatorade versus Powerade.
Gatorade. I've never drank Powerade. Or I shouldn't say never, but I've never been a Powerade person.
All right, Gatorade wins. Arizona versus Brisk. And I threw this in there because you really don't drink either. So it's like, hey.
I don't. If I had to choose one, I'm going to choose Arizona. Arizona has very high street cred, bro. Back in the day, especially, I think the price might have gone up. I don't know. But back in the day, it was 99 cents. Everyone was going crazy over it. That's gas station favorite, certified gas station classic, bro. Like, Arizona sweet tea was a whole era. It had the tea game on lock for a long time. I don't know if it still does, because like you said, I never drank it, but it's Brisk and does not compare.
All right, Orange Crush versus Grape Crush, and I did this one thinking of grandma on Pop's side because she always has some crush in the fridge. So I was like, let me throw this in. But Orange versus Grape Crush.
We'll say grape. I don't drink either again, but I'll say grape.
Bro, this isn't Grape Crush, but I had grape juice in 2nd grade, and we were in music class with, I think her name was Miss PK, if I'm not mistaken. You may remember. And
that sounds really familiar, yeah. Was she short?
She was short, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And I was on the top of the, like, black, like, I guess bleachers or whatever, like, practicing. And, bro, I did not feel well. I turned around. I threw up all that grape juice in front of the whole class. And to this day, man.
This is middle school?
This might have been elementary school, bro.
Dang.
This was probably elementary school at Dean. And I remember me and LJ still like laugh and talk about this today because it was just not orange. It was just purple. It was disgusting. Fun fact though. The last one is coffee versus sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
Sweet tea, all right.
Tea. Especially if you're from the South, that's what they drink. When I was first going to Memphis, that's all they want. Sweet tea, sweet tea. Even now, they still ask for sweet tea. They don't want
sweet tea. Good.
Yeah, sweet tea is great. Even mom was addicted to sweet tea at one point.
Bro, she used to cook up the best sweet tea.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I forgot about that.
We used to ask her to make it, bro, and it'd be hot, and we'd be good drinking that much. She used to make the best sweet tea. I mean, she probably still do. We just don't ask for it.
Bro, we haven't asked for it in forever. We have to next time we see her, bro. That's the best. Man.
She made it.
She always made it. She always made it in that little, like, I don't even know what color it was. It's not green. It's not blue. It's like in between.
But yeah, it was like a bluish.
That plastic container. Yeah, man. It was that same one every time. I don't know why, because there was. She made it in a glass one before, and we was messing around with the glass. I was messing around with the glass.
Who was messing around with it?
Right. And I picked it up, and I hit it on Kennedy's head, and I promise you I did not hit it that hard. But when I hit it on his head, it broke. And I think it was just the handle part of it that broke. I don't even think it was the whole thing. But after that happened, like, we just didn't use it no more. It didn't have a handle. So that plastic one was durable, though. The plastic one lasted forever. It was like a Nokia.
My head still hurts to this day. To this day, okay? Like, If I get a headache, I think
Stop
about
it.
you in that glass.
Stop
All
it.
right. You answered all four. Now we're going to finalize it. So you picked Gatorade. You picked Arizona. Which one between the two?
I'm gonna go with Arizona. Like you said, I didn't drink.
Wow, nice.
Whoa. Gatorade. I'm sorry.
I was
Gatorade.
shocked. I'm like,
I didn't drink. I was drinking Arizona like that. No. Gatorade. Specifically the red or
Gatorade.
orange.
Okay. And then you picked Grape Crush and Sweet Tea. So which one?
Sweet tea all day. Can't beat
All
sweet
right.
tea. What?
You know what comes next then? You got your Gatorade versus the Sweet Tea.
I'm gonna say sweet tea out of respect for mom. We're gonna say if it's mama sweet tea, we'll go with that for sure. Cause that's a classic.
Yes. I like that answer. I didn't want you
I
to
gotta
say
find
Gatorade.
I gotta find that picture. I don't know if I can find it anywhere, but like that was classic. Bro. That was classic. I don't even know what she did with it. They probably threw it away. They moved so many times.
Eventually,
that,
yeah.
I mean,
We had it for a while though.
imagine they still have it.
Man. I'm pretty sure they don't, but if they did, that'd be great. True or false? Back at it for the second week. Bananas are berries, but strawberries are not. True or false?
Bananas are berries, but strawberries are not berries.
True or false?
So you're saying that is a trick question. Can I have Brandy Google it? Is that against the rules?
This
I'm
is
not gonna
not
have her
no
Google it.
cash
I'm not
cab
gonna
where
have
you
her
could
Google
call
it.
a friend. No cash cab here. No cash cab. No.
Okay. So you said bananas are, but strawberries aren't? What?
True or false?
That's so confusing that I'm gonna say that is false. False.
It's true.
It's true. I should have said true.
I don't
should have
know
said
why a
true.
scientist
That is
or
so tricky. That is so tricky.
I don't know why a scientist or whoever ate a berry first was like, hey, this is a strawberry, but it's not a berry, and a banana is a berry. It's weird, bro. I had to look it up twice to make sure it was real. It's a fact, bro.
It's real.
Yeah, bananas are berries, but strawberries are not.
Strawberries are what?
I don't know.
Fruit? It's just a fruit. Oh, you didn't get that
It
far.
ain't a berry. Number 2. So you are 0 of 1. The next one.
Okay. I would have been 1-on-1, but my gut told me otherwise.
Octopuses have 2 hearts. True or false?
Oh, true or false? I feel like it's false. They probably have more than 2.
So if you said false, how many do you think they have?
Oh. Do they have 1 per arm? Imagine 8. 8 hearts. We'll go with that.
Holy crap. Well, you are correct. That is definitely false. They have 3 hearts.
3. That's actually pretty
3 hearts.
crazy. I didn't know that. I wonder where it's at. Octopus.
Yes, octopus.
Not a squid.
No, octopus. I didn't look up no squid, so maybe a squid's the same, but
they look similar. That's why I asked.
There has to be a difference out there that somebody's gonna comment about. Don't hop on our next too much,
man. Bro.
We'll talk about it after.
Going. Yeah, keep going.
All right, so Z is 1 of 2 with a true or false. We got 3 more. Dolphins are the only fish in the sea that can blink both eyes.
Dolphins are the only fish in the sea that can blink both eyes?
Yes.
Now, you're saying simultaneously?
Like that.
At the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think like a dolphin. Let's see. Let's see.
That's that signal out there. Let's see if they answer you.
We'll say yes because I know they're the smartest. So maybe the other fish are just too dumb to do it.
All right. Zach is currently 1 for 3 now. That is false.
Gosh.
Actually, sharks are the only ones who can blink 2 at a time. You learn something new again.
Sharks are terrifying. I don't know if I've even seen a shark blink. Every time you look at them,
you don't want to.
Black, terrifying black hole abyss.
If you see a shark blink, that means you're gonna die. Okay? You don't want to see it happen. You don't want to see it happen. Get out there. Number 4. Despicable. Listen to the question very clearly.
I am.
Despicable Me, the franchise, grossed more in the box office than the Toy Story franchise. True or false?
wait. The whole you said the whole Despicable Me
So
grossed
every
more than Toy
Despicable
Story,
Me movie over every Toy Story movie.
and box office is strictly just movie theater.
Theaters, yeah.
Dang, the answer should be false because Despicable Me probably can be streamed heavily compared to Toy Story. Not that Toy Story can't, but back then Toy Story was not able to. I don't put faith in Toy Story. I'm gonna say no. Despicable Me did not gross more in box office.
Zach is 104 this week. That is true. The Despicable Me franchise has grossed over 5.5 billion, while Toy Story's franchise has grossed 3.2 billion. It was shocking to me too, man. I got to drink to that one, man. That was
Wow,
shocking.
that's actually crazy. I don't know if that's disrespect to Toy Story or what. Despicable Me is funny, but I mean, like, dang, Toy Story's getting nowhere. I see why the kids were sleeping on it that one time.
See, and that's the thing you got to think about. You should have took a second to think because it's like, Despicable Me is newer, so that's not
It
slept on as
is.
much as probably Toy Story.
But Toy Story was strictly just movie theater. Despicable Me, you can stream. If I don't see a new Despicable Me movie, I can stream it.
I mean, that's true. But Toy Story 5, you'll probably be able to stream too because it's on Disney Plus eventually.
Well, I was trash this weekend. True or false? I must admit.
We got one more. We're gonna see if you get this last one right. We got one more.
Okay.
One more.
Okay.
Jeff Bezos is the richest person in the world with net worth of 270.5 billion as of this October. True or false?
Dang, the thing about this is that stocks fluctuate, and the stock market
Heavy.
determines a lot of these rich people's stuff. Because I know there's a couple of them that fluctuate, and I know Elon is in there too. And the only reason I'm gonna say false is because Elon has been going crazy this last month between the rockets and Tesla self-driving cars and the robots. So I think people have been buying Tesla stock like crazy. So I'm gonna say Elon is probably that guy this month. So I'm gonna say he's not the richest.
That
Am I 1 for 5?
That is 2 of 5, my boy. And it's crazy. I'm gonna give you a little half bonus point, 2.5, because Elon Musk is the one who is worth 270.5 billion as of October. You had it right.
Yeah. It's like 3 or 4 of them that like fluctuate. I know Elon went pretty crazy this last month, and I was like, yeah, people probably bought his stock, which means his bank account is up. So it was an educated guess based on this month for sure. If you would have asked me that in a few months, I might have forgotten and I might have said yes or whatever. But in terms of this month, he went pretty crazy. It's pretty hard to beat Elon this month.
That's exactly what I had in my head. I'm like, if he thinks about what Elon has been doing, I'm sure he'll like kind of say no to Jeff Bezos. But it's crazy because I think within the last 2 years for sure, maybe year, but I'm going to say 2, they had Jeff Bezos on pace to be the first trillionaire in a handful of years or whatever. But now, well, Elon doing all this, I wonder if that has changed.
The question was Jeff Bezos, right?
Yeah, you had it right.
I don't know why I'm thinking you're talking about Mark Zuckerberg. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. I get the few people that run everything mixed
Jeff
up.
Bezos, Amazon.
Amazon. Yeah, no, Amazon's pretty good, but Amazon's consistent, but they haven't done nothing crazy. Like, I forget when Prime Month is. Maybe it's Prime Month or maybe it already passed. I don't know. But if it was Prime Month, maybe that would have influenced my decision. But yeah, Elon just went kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's the richest person right now currently.
No surprise. But speaking of crazy, briefly, how do you feel about Kawhi Leonard once again not playing basketball?
And from the last report I saw, it's like indefinite. Like he's not doing nothing this season. Kawhi is a great basketball player when he's out on the court.
Amazing.
But I think he needs to retire. I'm just saying because you're stealing money. Like the last handful of seasons you don't play. If you do play, you barely play. Like every Clipper fan who became a Clipper fan because of you is not happy. And hey, you can't help that your body keeps doing what it shouldn't be doing. But you can help if you keep, I guess, playing in the NBA or not. Like, it's just that simple. Like, Kawhi's a great basketball player. It seems like a cool, chill guy, obviously. But he needs to retire, bro. It's just that simple. Like, you have no place in the league no more. I know the Clipper. I don't know his name, but the Clippers owner is one of the hypest owners, probably the hypest owner you'll ever see. Most animated owner. He is very prideful of his team. He's very, which is good. He's at every game. He's very emotional. He shows what it is, and I know he's not happy with that. It's that simple. And now you don't have Paul George anymore, another superstar. You don't have Russell Westbrook anymore, another superstar. So it's like, bro, you need to retire. You need to help the Clippers by getting out of there so they can rebuild with younger people and stop relying on you, bro. And I have nothing against Kawhi. Once again, great player, but he's not a great healthy player. He's a great unhealthy player. You got your ring in Toronto. He got one on the Spurs too, right? Or no?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Bro, you got your rings, bro. Hang it up, bro. You could be a podcaster. You could be an announcer. You could just retire and have the money that you have, bro. But I don't. Every year I'm sick of him being hurt, and he just needs to get out because I'm not even a huge fan of his. Like, I don't have a jersey, but the huge fans out there, I know you're sick, and I'm sorry, bro. Tell him to hang it up.
I think my biggest takeaway is what you touched on at the end with the owner, Steve Ballmer. That man has a lot of passion and a lot of heart, and he put so much into Paul George and Kawhi, and they did not produce anything for him.
Anything.
I'm sure they produced. The only thing they did produce is more ticket sales. They took him to the playoffs a few times, but they didn't win him anything.
No.
Didn't go to the finals, bro. It's a very disappointing run for them, and I know they could have been very good trade options, and the fact that they're probably going to get little to nothing for either one of them is, I know the owner has to be heartbroken, but it's a tragedy, bro. He's literally robbing them, bro. It's a few people in the NBA like that, and he's one of them, sadly. And I used to support Kawhi a lot, but it's bad.
You're a LeBron fan, and like LeBron and Kawhi are a great matchup. So like for you to say that is pretty big. Like for everybody out there, that's pretty big. But yeah, Kawhi is just, it's a sad story, but hey, you got your chips, you got some statistics, you got a game winner on 76ers, which is one of the best game winners I've seen. Hang it up, bro. Thank you for watching episode 9 of the Westmoreland Bros podcast. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.